this coming in between these two. What are you expecting now?
I mean, we scratched, but both of these map results have been pretty polarizing, right? Outclassed on both sides. This here is just terrifying. To play up against the way Aspas is playing with this support system now, in terms of this composition for Loud, is terrifying. Nothing short of it.
We are now in the first round of the cataclysm between the old gods here. Both of them just so desperate to keep their place in this tournament. It's all on the line now. We will be seeing Optic on the attack, which then, of course, means that Loud will be on the defending side, and a haircut given to Aspas there on the other side from Ye.
Tag through, and actually re-peeks onto it before these smokes pop, but Optic will get themselves site control. Minimal damage exchange, but Optic go and explore, and Victor will find one with the paint shells.
Ooh, that spacing made me nervous, but it's fine. Victor's good for on towards Sasi, and now the three remaining. Already noted at least one towards Heaven, so they've got to know there's a chance of coming back down. And look at the double stack here. It's dirty work. And it's worked out well. Optic striking viciously in round one. Pistol is theirs.
Prime Gaming flawless to start things up here. Beautifully considered. Loud almost played out of that entirely. And the kill coming through from the paint shell for free allows Optic to take all this space and punish Loud for it. A Shorty and a Sheriff thrown in the mix here for Loud. And here, following through on this boom bot, perfectly done. A real opportunity for Loud to get anything done once site control was firmly in Optic's hands. Yeah, pretty deep hold considering. And Pancada's the one you look towards with the Shorty here. He's got two members of Optic on the other side. Ye and Marv creeping this way.
Frenzy against the Shorty. If it is just Ye, it won't be, obviously, as there is plenty of Optic there. And the timing, not bad. I'm going to catch a little bit of information and allow a little bit more confidence behind this stack. Coming in, Flash is great, cleared comfortably. Frenzy reigns supreme. And it feels more matter-of-fact than anything right now. A little bit of danger now, delivered by Sasi. Have to respect the utility. I'm taking a little bit of chip damage there.
Eats a lot of that paint shell.
Spike planted.
3v4. Ye and Marv to take any damage here. It's just the one Sheriff in the hands of Sassy. Try and get things done as Aspas can find something. They're looking for something inside the smoke, and actually we'll trade out here, but Marv picked up the backside of it. Marv will find the fourth as well. Have to close out the second here, and 3 survive. Eventually, I was just looking there whether they were going to recover all the weapons, but 2 Spectres and the Bulldog carried across.
Jobs are good for now for Optic. Happy with that. Clean enough starts. And a fun fact for you on the screen, Mike. How'd you feel about it? Great?
Yeah,
nice.
Pretty good.
Like it. Just checking.
I mean, you look at, I was thinking about this earlier, you almost look at Loud as similar to kind of characterizing DRX, right, in terms of bringing that regional consistency across to international events. But it's funny that it's the one team that sticks out in that statistic. That's the one they have to fight for elimination with.
And Carter, the first challenger, noting Ye. Ye, careful now. A lot of pressure his way. You can see all that intent behind it, but he does get to keep his life.
Early exchange here, but nothing really achieved on either side. Loud resort back to a pretty deep hold here with Sadak and Pancada on A site. Optic creeping closer and closer. Well, at least dealt with here. But doesn't pull the rotation just yet. They're happy to just leave the 2 members here.
Panic button should be hit. Well, should have already been hit with that utility coming forward. It's whether or not Optic can close the gap. Keep in mind there are still Spectres. Bulldogs with 2 rifles, one held by Ye, the other with Marv. Prized possessions at this point. Pancada, Sadak both on the case. That's going to be Sadak with the trade out, but confirms attendance. 28 seconds now. I'm going to peek on through. That's going to be FNS gone. Can't isolate anymore, and Optic have the site. Lovely timing, but a good trade. Aspas filling the gap perfectly.
Should be able to figure this out. Let's find one to Victor. Ye now, 1v3. Finds the first eventually, but Aspas stacked up here for the trade and Loud get themselves on the board, but 3 full. Forcing out a lot of these rifles here, and Optic with another good bonus. even though they do concede. Interested to see as well, actually, with that deeper hold, Sadak almost desperate to try and find something on the way in, or on Optic's way into site. Again, the site pretty much smothered with utility there. A really clean hit from Optic. And not looking too bad on the other thing. I mean, a Guardian reinvested here for Sadak, but rifles, light shields scattered across.
There.
Optic looking to follow through here, and there's only one member on the other side of it this time. It's Pancada.
There.
Tasked with solo holding this initial barrage of pressure.
Bring them down.
It's a lot of weight on his shoulders. He's going to have to buy a lot of time because Victor's just aggressing now. Yeah, they're going to make the most of this. Isolated and alone. Gets found and gets removed. They give up the heaven control for it. They don't really care for that right now. They just want that spike in, but it hasn't crossed just yet. It's with Crashies. Has to be cautious. The rest of the boys have come on over to facilitate this cross. There's two players up towards the top of ramp, and Loud have punished them so badly. The push towards CT is only met by really a little force. The 1-for-1 trade out, it wasn't too much to be worried about, but it's Crashies and FNS. And unrelenting in the aggression makes a mistake. The spike now lost, and it's FNS in a 1v3.
Get done again, revealed. He's here to deal with it. Nobody from Loud actually presenting a 1v1 just yet, and the triple swing, perfect. Sassy cleans it up. Optic almost not anticipating finding a soul on the other half. The spike not committed, still back in spawn. And then they have to scramble for this fight for ramp, and Loud come out on top of it.
Yep, committing two players instantaneously to that. Worked out perfectly. Now Optic could be feeling the brunt of the money being taken away from them. Just hit in motion there at the very end of things. All even now. You can see the impact that round has. Gives them probably one in the pocket as well.
You want to
His ultimate's just coming online now for Optic though. Tour de Force being potentially the difference maker here. But the showstopper as well. So lots of tools to throw into this round. Things go their way initially. And charged down by the Boombot. No, Aspas actually creeping closer and closer. It gets the better EA.
Shot goes astray. And that's the kind of big hitter, the heavy hitter from this round gone. They're down to 4 now, Frenzies and Sheriffs. Not enough to really do the damage, and Loud gonna really make it hurt now. Apply pressure to the wound and take it away from them. Comfy, 5 standing. And a quiet Yay on the other side. Can't make it happen this time.
Beautifully handled. Yeah, mitigating this anti-eco with a tour de force behind it. Actually strengthening that financial position here. You can see they just about adjust for it, but a little wide with the shot. Loud make them pay. Actually, on the flip side now, actually, with 3 rounds unanswered, Loud, their ultimates are just about coming online.
You want to fight it?
A quick piece towards A on the back of Victor's showstopper, but he's stopped at the front door. The snake bite also.
Have to respect it.
So much exchanged here, and Optic just not allowed any sort of space at the start of this round.
None. They've had to now change their mind to almost look towards ramp because nothing else was available. As you said, the utility countered so quickly. Heavy investments everywhere. And they dismantle this. Scrapping the approach for now, leaving Ye just posted for a second or two. Wait and see if anyone gets curious, and Sassy might. Bear in mind,
Aspas creeping to though. He might even catch the spawn.
Oh, this could be huge. Aspas is the one to punish Ye.
He's
got to hear this. He's got to be hearing this, and he just swings into it.
Fumbled.
Unfortunate as now Les is on the chopping block. Does back away in time. Marv's got to be aware of what's down there now. Noting more than one. Yeah, and there it is. Marv on the executioner. Just taking down Les, controlling CT. The site is now open.
Marv actually going to creep into his own smoke here, and the showstopper from Aspas comes through, but actually the null command removes it.
The utility work in this round alone is unreal. FNS trying to just make sure he's got a little bit of safety to sit towards, falls away from sitting under Heaven, the drop down. They try and make their approach subtle and quiet. It works in the shadows. Sassy finds FNS. But the timing from Marv is surely divine. A gift from above. He waits for one, but he has to check the second. This could be a disaster. 1 HP, it's not enough. Marv turns around and he gets the round. Optic keep it together, but boy, that was ridiculous.
Again, you got to say, if Pancada just plays that a little safer, gets a freebie on the way through, allows a little more time here, because Marv, the whole time that Pancada's crept through B main, the timing on this null command, perfect. FNS capitalizes. Yeah, not close. Not even close. Marv perfectly backfilling that space through heaven. Tie things up 3 apiece. And Optic suffering in terms of the purchase, though. Bulldog in the hands of FNS. Actually, Victor just decides to satchel through the snakebite here. Punished on the way in there, and actually, that finds another angle onto FNS as well.
Okay, Marved. Fair enough. Less is gone, I guess. You can see the temptation beckoning, calling. Paint shell down. Satchel to follow. It's Sadak to find Marv. Aspas on the case, but he can't connect it. Yay. Well, the aggression from one side, but it's not from both. Sadak on the other side, making sure they're boxed in, trying to leave them no room. And Yay gonna just punch his way forward, takes down one, and he's instantly just commanding their respect now.
The spike.
He's got a 1v2, Mike. 45 seconds. Sadak, Pancada to work out. The devil himself has to make something out of this one.
Got space here.
He certainly does.
Should be able to find a free plant, but 56 HP. Just trying to isolate one of these. Whether or not he actually goes exploring here. Should have the reset. At least the cooldown here on his TP to do so.
Right. Commitment comes in.
Spike planted.
Committed. Where does Jay go with this then? He's got time for this. Obviously, he doesn't know how much time he has, so he has to work with the information he's got. Is he going around the world?
I mean, you could have the time in here, honestly. He's got
really
the TP back to B main as well.
Yay. I might fall a little in love with this piece he's about to bring out because he's going around the world. The timing's going to be absolutely perfect. It's all on the line, though. Does he pull the trigger on the first? The turn from Pancada!
He can't get the raise for the TP. He's going to be able to get back now, though.
Oh, dangerous times. Spamming on towards the spike plant. Divide comes up. He has to commit onto this one. He can't do anything about it. The fuse is coming in.
Oh my God.
Pancada's got the cross. And Loud, unmoved, unfazed by Optic.
Just that one shoulder peek from Pancada reveals Ye's plan. And it was perfect. The timing, everything. The stars aligned for that play. Loud come out on top. Put themselves 1 round in front. After initially, almost a desperation attempt towards A. Loud withstand it. Again, just a half second either way. And yeah, he probably gets away with that one. I mean, especially if it's Pancada with the Cosmic Divide as well.
Time.
He's there and trying to make the judge work. Aspas just clotheslining Victor.
Aspas happy to take this fight. The man is in form. Sassy by his side. Paint shell's good for it.
Goodbye.
One enemy remaining.
Very good for it. Clean enough for now. No danger in the anti-ecos, really. Not able to bring too much even with that judge. Looks like Aspas wants in, and he gets in. Style points for sure. Aspas just farming him out. Close to his ult too now.
Good progress there on the anti-eco. 11 and 5 leading the charge for Loud, and Optic will pump the brakes here. A crucial buy round for them. There's 500 credits left across the entire team behind this purchase. Yay, one off Tour de Force. Marved. One away from the Cosmic Divide. FNS, a slower start to this map than previous. He's looked very sharp.
Top by Maelstrom. It's all good for them so far. So let's see what Optic have cooked up in the timeout. What have they identified? What can they do? Because now we might start seeing that aggression come out. We know the Loud are happy to throw that in. Roll your mind back to the first map. Hit a timeout. They're happy to flip that script. Go aggressive. For now, they remain cool. Trying to keep that composure. And Aspas standing in mid right now, behind that smoke. If anyone dares to walk it, Yay! Starting to make a little bit of progress towards ramp, but you can see the protocol list is robust from Loud.
Do lean back towards Bevo with a one-way. Less going to punish Marv behind it. And actually,
big info.
Snakebite will slow any further progress in.
Where'd you go now?
Poison's off.
You got 40 seconds, Mike. Where'd you take this one? That B site's not looking all that good anymore.
And no progress towards A either.
Yep.
Two members preemptively stacked over towards screens and elbow for Loud.
Gonna get out in time. Just about to get at least down towards Hell. Sitting towards the drop down here. Gonna send in the paint shell, hope to catch something, but it's Victor trying to take some space, but Loud sitting super deep. CT sitting all the way back towards A, and Saucy wins the fight. Victor going down, this could be imperative. 10 seconds, they've got to make this count. They've got to try and make it to sight more than anything, and the cross is being watched. Sadak sitting on that deeper angle, can at least catch a little bit of damage on the way through. Pancada on the back of the Titan. Crashies is out of options, and he's out of time, and he's out of life. There is no saving him now. Loud, carry on forward.
And that's a scary round to lose here. Loud now on the brink of extending this further. We talked about the purchase in the previous round for Optic, and there are a couple of saving graces, consolations at least. Tour de force in hand for Ye, as they lean heavily towards A main in this round. See the pings coming through, looks like it might be a fast piece towards ramp. I gotta say it, Pancada and Sadak have been good for these A site holds.
Yeah.
Previously, that exchange did not go in favor of Optic whatsoever.
No, you're right. I'm glad you mentioned it, because you think about that amount of work Ye just had to get through to try and get towards ramp alone, and he still wasn't able to fully commit to it either. Difficulties being shown, Aspas being a problem in middle. They're shutting the door on this. Optic need to work something out. This is starting to become a problem. Paint shell coming in, and Aspas just unleashing fury.
So much damage done though.
Victor down low, Crashes down low. Still nothing found for free. Yay. Lucky to keep his life here. He's still not able to navigate that space so easily. And look at this aggression again. Yay, denied. Sadak's there. Mid's got pressure on it too. Aspas has already backfilled this. They already can hit that early rotation button. Louder in charge.
Yeah, they are. Optic not able to convert any of this space towards either side now. The timing perfect here, but Pancada are too sharp headshots. Crashies and Victor will fall. Softened up by Aspas in the early round, who's still holding on to mid here. We'll hear the sound review as well. Marv's not expecting the first. FNS with a swing through. It's getting scary now. Another prime gaining flawless for Loud.
Oh, it's been scary, and look how many times, as said, they've had 5 alive. Their money's going to be robust. They're feeling good, and I don't think that Optic have really found much of a solution yet.
There's no pressure point. There hasn't been a lot of weaknesses for Optic to turn from one round to the next and say, right, guys, let's follow through on it this time. The number of times now they're just held at the orb in A main, not really pressuring any of these key points towards site.
There.
Panic stations now being called. It's 7-3, and Optic have not found the solution that they need. It's got to be now, or Loud start really tearing away with this scoreline. The early exchange of utility in middle. It's not giving them much just yet. They haven't pressured the rotations, and once again, Ye having to try and take this test. The call for support, but he's going to speed it up this time. Ye going to try and get ahead of it. That's better. Ye's found room. First time they've had it. But now he's got to be careful because Les is getting aggressive, Mike.
A wild swing through, a desperation almost to find this first blood.
Pushing this.
A key engagement, Ye's going to win it out though. Les shut down, the re-aggress in mid. Cancelled it, he slowed down initially. Victor and Sassy finding kills. Find themselves in a 2v4 now though. We have to find this rotation, but with Victor tagged up, trying to play behind this rotation still. Pancada actually going to lose out on that one. Yeah, you're going to spot the rifle. Finally, Optic find a comfortable round win here.
That was essential work. It tore me through. Ye finally finding that solution.
Like I said, it's almost Ye resorting to be extremely unorthodox. He's almost just solo pushing through, banking on finding a favorable timing, and he absolutely does here. You see Sadak's just completely caught off guard. And the second the re-aggress here, 2 crucial kills to open this one up, and Optic needed it. Staring down towards a 9-3 half, what it would have felt like.
Yep. I mean, talk about Ye's performance however you feel. That's a bailout round there for them. That's got them their 4th. And roll your mind back. They won the pistol, which makes it even scarier going forward. We digress, and we go again. How many more solutions can they find? Because Loud right now, the puzzle they are presenting is truly a conundrum to Optic. They can't find consistency in their way forward, but a gap closer here would be a vital lifeline for Optic. See that early attention to middle, starting to build again.
Look at this, it comes to the Rolling Thunder invested here. Actually, Aspas, actually just messing up the second satchel, would have potentially found that kill on Marv because there was nobody in position to support that. FNS had to really rotate. Sadak, though, is allowed 2 to cross through ropes. I don't know if he spotted one there.
They've got to have a feeling, right? Surely they've had no one watching mid. This could have happened, and could, and would, and it's traded out for now. Sadak gonna find Victor, but you can see Ye's answered back, so still that A side is looking good for it.
Let's add an operator in screens.
Now the site's looking good for the plant. This retake's still pretty far off as well. You're still gonna have that mid presence too. This really cuts off options for Loud.
Sadak does have his ultimate though, key in this retake, and Pancata does find the lurk.
Speaking of ult, it's come in already. What can they do with this one? Yay, posted up, standing tall, tries to hold the line, but has to fall away. Respect it. Flash out from Crashies, and away we go. Catching one, spots the other. It's FNS on the shot down towards Sassy, but now just 2. Pancata and Sadak in the 2v2. They've got to get a move on Mike. The time is dwindling, and as are the numbers, the spray's a little wild from FNS, but it's good enough to get across the line. Optic just closing up this scoreline.
I mean, we're looking down a completely different outcome than we were 2 or 3 rounds ago, honestly. 2 massive, massive rounds from Ye.
Ye finding some real favor, but we go again, and as said, there can only be one to carry on. One of these 2 teams will be going home. Feels unbelievable. But it's what we're presented with right now.
The man on your screen. The one to be potentially the difference maker here in this second half, Aspas. Actually a slow creep through here. Yay, eating up this decay. He's down to 21 HP. Could get hard cleared, and he does.
Sadak prying open the site. And now you can see the crunch looking real likely. But there's still 2 players waiting on the other side. It's not all over just yet. Aspas clearing through heaven, but it's going to be that drop down that could be the death of them. But it's now just... Oh,
it's considered.
He knows it. This man, he's so sharp. Mechanically and by all accounts in the way he just approaches the game. Victor trying to do what he can with a little bit of timing. He actually does punish less. Big pickup and the chance maybe secured here. And maybe double down on.
2v2.
They've made this reasonable. They've made something of this. These positions are brutal though. Sat a little deeper, pushed a little forward. Aspas, it's on you. The guy's sharp. The guy's damn good at this. He gets 1, but it's traded down. Victor is going to try and pick up the pace, but can you predict where Sassy is? No, but he gets to keep his life for a second, and then ripped away. And Loud get the pistol in the second half.
That is huge to extend this to 3 rounds now. And Optic desperately trying to fight back into this. Just slipping through their fingers. After they find the kill on Pancata, it's almost doable for them. A great reposition though. See what damage Optic can do here in the second to hinder this, because I mean a comfortable bonus round for Loud is that's going to make Optic sweat.
Shorty's everywhere. Frenzy thrown into the mix. Crashies. That undesirable situation to try and do what he can, but he's got a little bit of play to work with here. Maybe a bit of favorable timing could be nice. 3 noted. And now on... Oh, how does he
Crashies went forward with the shorty.
The madman. Yeah, he's been quelled though. So again, you're looking at, is there any damage to be done here?
The main objective here for Optic. Crashies down to 56 HP now, has to respect the potential for this presence outside A lobby. Because it's 3 strong from Loud. And another 2 to pick up the backside of it. Defense might even better. Actually, you know, the Haunt destroyed, so we'll stay in position. Boombot will clear through. Now prioritizing this presence towards ramp. They'll clear out the close side here. Lots of follow-up information with the knife, but the flash is perfect.
It's so good!
Himself up.
And he has no idea FNS waited so long for this. This is great, 30 seconds now. This is huge. The rotations. They're second guessing themselves. They're like, surely this isn't actually happening right now. But yes, Sassy's still there. Finds FNS, but his crashes on the side. Does what he can. Tries to buy a bit of time. Tries to buy a milder moment. But it slips away. And Victor still doing what he can. Paint shell goes in. This could do damage. It's denied the spike plant for just a second. They're trying to hunt him down. And 1 HP is all that they need.
The fact that Les goes exploring for this with 1 HP.
Get out of here.
Oh my word. Damage done, 3-4 for Loud. We'll force out a couple of these repurchases, but look at the financial position for them. Come into this, actually throw a Vandal in the mix. See what Pancada is going to settle for, just a Sheriff, so a really good shot out of the bonus. Optic have to keep this clean. And there's light shields across the board here for Optic. Only Victor and FNS on a full.
In these, I'm just looking at Aspas. Is he going to find some room, man? This is it. That's what he wants. Try and get in there. Face cause any disruption, and Yay instantly denies it. Huge pickup, and they fall away. They have to respect the space had been taken, but they take away the tip of the spear.
Doesn't seem to have slowed anything down, though. The 2 swing through, so that's going to find Yay.
Finally traded out, and now you look towards the site. Optic have to sit deeper. They have to respect the space taken and try and bring those rifles to the ideal position to thrive. However, Sassy with one himself now. 2 Spectres, and Pancada with the Sheriff. Still a little deadly with this.
The problem being Yay's fallen, which means that Optic have to pay respect towards the potential Loud regress through ropes. It's actually going to be 4 through sewers.
I like this exploration towards B main, Mike. I like the trying
Got to
to
get
find
proactive
info
with
somewhere.
this time. They have to. They have to figure out exactly where Loud are drifting towards. FNS got to play his life, though. He's starting with death
no!
It just goes 1 for 1.
So dangerous. Crashy's forced away from CT for now. He's going to try and re-peek towards this. Smoke goes up, and now he can't do much about it. They have to respect that they can cross to the site. He's got that flash ready. Can he tee anyone up for it? Just himself. That's it. Doesn't get much for it. And Victor now creeping closer.
Should find less, though, for free.
Absolutely, but he bides his time, and I like, oh, the turn, forcing Victor's hand. But now 2 on towards the site. Crashy's going to cross on in, catching the flash, though. 3v2. This is favorable towards Optic to pull off, and Sassy waiting. This could be everything. He's going to come in here right about now. Oh, Victor! Too quick to it. And Optic do exactly what they need. They keep 3 standing. They do not get flustered, but that got close.
Just getting ahead of that Rolling Thunder. And that's crucial. If he finds the first, the other 2 are slowed down. There's no possibility for the trade there, Lauren. Optic are not done just yet. And like you said, 3 survive. The majority of rifles carried across.
Oh man, this is going to be a tough game, isn't it? It's one of those.
But even with the slip up there, FNS going 1 for 1 is key to keep the numbers even.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Victor on the showstopper already as well. FNS actually going to throw a judge in here.
There.
Positioned over towards B Heaven.
This looks all in.
Yeah, Lau looking to death ball once again. Whether or not they can deal with this knife, the knife should give it away nice and early.
Well, doesn't give away as much as maybe they'd want, but they commit to it, and Yay slipped forward, and Yay slips down. Aspas with a quick pickup on this one, and now Crashes is under the gun. No one's here anytime soon. You can see the quick rotation coming as fast as they can. Victor now noting at least 1 towards ramp. They've lost the pressure, and the gap gets closed. Aspas on the pickup of the timing. He wants to try and control as much of this as they can, and Crashes just slipped away into safety for a second. And he waits, and he pulls the trigger just right to catch Aspas. Good trade. Loud still going to take the site.
Loud just run it down onto A site. With 0 respect to this defensive setup after Yay gives away the first blood. And they get ahead of the rotation. They're rewarded for that aggression.
Obscuring vision.
This has got to be 10. This has to be 10.
I mean, FNS has got a judge on the way back in. There's just no way.
And I've got to say, Yay drifting through that wall there, trying to get ahead of it.
He's desperate to make something happen in these rounds. And Optic need it. The last 2, like I said, the last 2 rounds of that previous half were on the back of him. Yeah. Getting weird.
It's a fine line. It's a fine line because you could, hey, let's say a couple of those moments go wrong the other way. Timing's a little off here and there. Maybe doesn't quite get what he gets in the previous rounds that got Optic to this point. You got to let him, make those mistakes. Sometimes potentially the timing just not there for it, but it did open up the gateway. That's why we've got to see more to Optic here. They've got to find a way to secure this up because right now Loud are pulling very close to that finish line. 10 now on the board. It's double digits, Mike. We are so close to Loud eliminating Optic, and they know it.
Yeah, absolutely. This is, I don't want to say hitting the panic button. This is the stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
Because this is getting out of control very, very quickly. Loud actually get a big boom to the economy as well. Winning on the opening duel effectively.
Well, last time around we saw this, it was normally Aspas unleashing.
A pace change potentially towards mid.
Just a different look, why not? You have the upper hand, try something a little different. They feel as though they've got the solution to those more traditional rounds we've been seeing. Throwing out a curveball like this can always really cause problems. As said though, you can see how deep Loud have been able to get this early on.
This is a map-winning round here for Loud. You look at the money, what's behind this purchase for Optic. It's awful.
Yeah, it's not looking pretty. And now that little bit of utility destroyed on towards that A site has to draw attention and commitment, and it puts a lot of pressure on FNS.
Judge noted.
Now they know what's around that corner. Do they still head this way? Yeah, he takes a peek as they do fall off this. The early protocol list, that early wish list for Loud is being ticked off. They're happy with this early work. They've taken so much space. Forcing Optic into these deeper holds towards the site.
Ye has the weight of his shoulders. The world on his shoulders, sorry, now on B site. With this Bulldog has to get something done because if they get into sight here, FNS going to be played out this round.
You already see Victor trying to lean over as well.
30 seconds left.
They can feel it starting to weigh heavy. Aspas going to unleash. He's going to send it. FNS down. Ye succeeds on one, but he needs a little bit more. One's not really enough here. Victor just trying to hold towards heaven. Crashes in the back of Sadak. Sends it. And now Ye turns. He knows he's no longer alone on this side. Spots out another. And that's the time you need Ye to find the form. And Optic shut it down. On the very verge of what could have been a disaster. They hold for another round. And Loud, bear in mind, that was a little bit of a switch up. They tried something new there.
They absolutely did.
Optic still need to find those solutions, those traditional rounds.
And the regress behind FNS showing that Judge. Like I said, Ye had to deliver there, and he absolutely did. And a bailout here, keeping it within touching distance. 3 rounds separate them now. It'll be Loud to call the timeout. Maybe this one is just to catch a breath.
Yep. And sometimes you do want to cool those emotions a little bit. Again, it's easy to look at these players as just machines, right? Going through the motions, playing perfect, great. But it's a glimpse, it's a little bit of hope, something they definitely needed here.
I think on the back of that previous Optic timeout, you can see how much deeper the hold is now. But that's not what you want to see on A site, especially with less on the other side of things. And Loud so quickly stacking up this direction.
I really like this. If you've identified that, then yes, they've adjusted the hold to be deeper, those rotations become longer, the support becomes further away. This is the right call from Loud, but again, sticking the landing is everything.
Crashes has got the ultimate though. He can hit that panic button if he feels any pressure here. Buy a little time for this rotation. Victor already here to help him out as well.
You had to be quick with it, you had to commit to it, because again,
the knife could be crucial here, Lauren.
Timing, good for it. At least gives them an idea.
Confirmation.
Not enough to give it away fully. There's the ult being popped on the other side. Loud going to take over Heaven, charging on in. Spot nothing so far, so he's got a giveaway that they've surely dedicated towards the site. 2, 1 towards tower. That's going to be Crashies out of the back of this pillar.
Backs against the wall,
though. Pause for thought, man. Loud are just holding for a second, see if anyone overextends, tries to find some information.
30 seconds left.
And away we go, it's towards the side, and Aspas going to lead the charge. First fight comes in, it's Victor to find victory. Crashies as well. Loud being stopped at the door. Crashies still standing. He's not allowing this one to slip away. Yay, chomping at the bit, but Crashies, he's not needed the help until now. 13 seconds, and they've got to get their boys to the site. It's 10 now, and they're there. Optic keep building back, and Loud get held once again.
What a monumental effort from Crashies. They had to go huge there.
Yeah.
Brought up a lot of time with the null command. Loud happy to sit and wait it out. Bank on somebody overstepping the mark in rotation, but Ye does well in that regard. You're almost questioning when the support's going to come.
Yeah.
But Optic happy to give up B Heaven, and Crashies delivers. Beautiful stuff. 2 rounds left to find to tie things up. Loud back down on Sheriffs.
And this should be enough to get them, what, 9 now for Optic, right? If all goes to plan, nothing goes
I'm
astray.
touching wood.
Yeah. Could be always precarious for sure, but got to see a clean anti-eco here for Optic. Should facilitate that 9th. Loud just need to keep composure. Still have that lead. Don't need to get too ahead of themselves yet. And Victor's starting to get curious. Wonder if he's noted the chance of Sadak. Now he knows it. They've got to know more. The crossfire really holding well. Gonna find 2. And that's dulled the blade for Loud in this round.
Take a little bit of the bite out of this. If Optic can keep this flawless, be huge for the economy. But Yay just playing the tour de force into this as well.
Teleport's ready.
The cooldown back as a backup as well. So he does go re-exploring. He's going to catch the other 2 in the slow field as well. No pressure felt on the back of this. A freebie onto Pancada. We'll actually re-swing it as well. Finds another.
Oh!
Closes things out. A confident swing
Real
through
nice.
from Yay.
Real nice. And confidence hitting at this time, absolutely essential to a player like him. A lot of people questioning the performance so far in the tournament. Rightly so to a degree. Underperforming to his own standard. But again, when your average is excellent...
The bar is set so high.
Exactly. It's very hard to compete with yourself at that sort of degree. But again, finding a little form here. Yes, Eco Cobra, but it's always good to boost that confidence up a little bit. And see how he does going forward. Operator situated in hand. And now Loud, the question mark goes back to you here. Optic at the door, knocking on the door of time is up. All even. What do you have in store for us now? We need a little bit of that Aspas magic to come through to reignite that fire behind Loud.
For the first time, it feels like Loud actually showing a little presence towards B main here. It's only less missing.
Poison orb emitting.
We're going to bait out a little
There.
pressure towards A site. Now looking to test Optic's B site hold.
First time, as you said, really seeing this in motion so far. Holding the line. Isolating one on the side, that's VFNS. He can't really do much about this. He's dead to right, he goes down. But what can the rest do about it? Yay denied and as is marked. They have to respect this and so much utility committed. Spike now down, we're in the post plant. Rotation's en route, but it is still gonna be 4. The wall should go soon, but Sadak greets that reveal with a smile, but the trade's good enough for Yay. Still a player advantage though for Loud in this.
I mean, do Optic just respect this? It looks like they're considering it, yep.
Yeah, they know what that buy would be. They know what else are you meant to do about this?
Loud have an absolute stranglehold with that Vipers. We were talking about how pivotal it was going to be, how Optic had to prevent some of this access to site.
It's just exits. It's all they'd get.
I mean, it's huge. You look at the funds for Loud, and anything they do find
Good.
will be a big bonus for Optic.
Crashies!
A huge flash, Aspas.
Again, Aspas keeping control of this, man. This guy is good. And actually, Yay doesn't get anything done either. So they keep 3 rifles. If they got one more down, that reinvest would have been a disaster.
Operator back in the hands of Yay, though.
It's 11 rounds. This could be a final. It's ridiculous.
Not much room left for error. Aspas actually playing anti-flash there as well. Looked like he caught it, but now going to be booming on the back of that one.
It's
There's a purchase behind this for Optic. That's the saving grace.
It's absolutely true. But now we've seen somewhat of a glimpse of that B piece, but again, that was supplemented by a lot of ultimates. Oh, trying to set up Yay for success, and Pancada backhands him off those jump peaks coming out to try and get in that pick.
Loud act upon this now. Victor picking up the job of that trap. What is the other side of it? Actually gets ahead of it. Aspas will fall. And a key player to find. Actually on the back of that, FNS send the ultimate through heaven, reveal nothing, so they should know that this is
Good flash.
as good as an all-in A here.
These flashes, they're buying time for rotations. This is really nice. The utility invested is perfect. They can't get in the front door. To look for a window to break in from here. Up towards heaven we go. It's 40 seconds. And now you can see that FNS is on the way. They've got options, 35 seconds. They can dip through middle. And every chance to as well. The timing could be right, and surely FNS hears this. He's going to be making the call.
30
Something's
Stack up,
afoot.
Marved.
And you're right. When the other side is marved, unmoving, unrelenting, and
They're going
operates.
back?
The double pump! Oh, that's naughty behavior coming in. Until a fight towards heaven. Victor's there for one, but the fill comes in from Crashies. Spike noted he gets to keep his life. 13 seconds and the spike's not picked up. They've got 10 seconds to try and do anything, and FNS
One enemy remaining.
drags him to his grave. And this is surely Optics. Nothing can really change the outcome anymore. Unbelievable back and forth throughout this round. And it's 10 for Optic, getting that scoreline even closer.
Loud just overcooking it slightly there. I felt like they had, especially if they'd have known FNS had made that decision to come through, definitely could have swung through, potentially found the trade onto Marv to at least just concede the first and get themselves onto site. But the timing here for Victor to come through, you see just as Sadak's trying to find something with his utility. And Optic cling to life. One round, Loud.
Look at their economy.
It's disgusting.
They're left in tatters. It's a bit of pocket lint and a button from a jacket they haven't seen in years. There's nothing to come in with. It's a Spectre, a Bulldog, odds and ends scrambled together. This is gritty from Optic to bring it back to this scoreline.
The worrying thing being, though, Optic tie this up. Yes, the next round, it's going to be an ultimate showdown. Should have the Rolling Thunder, should have the Showstopper at least achievable with an orb. But on the flip side, that crashes with the null command.
Yeah, he sat on this, he waited, and he takes the timing perfectly. Aspas gone, and now the side comes in. FNS catching the cross, another one taken down. They're keeping it clean. FNS farming up now. And clean's the name of the game. You can't be losing bodies if you're Optic. You want those weapons, you want that buy, and you want to keep it together. Yeah, you're going to fall, but the orb should be picked up. And we're tied all up. 11
apiece.
Oh, you couldn't wish for anything better.
And this is it. This is the crescendo round of this half. I said, look for Crashy's ultimate here is key to stop a death ball approach from Loud, because they have the ultimates for it. Like I said, Aspas won off the Showstopper now.
And I've seen it. Loud hitting the timeout button. You want to come in perfectly. Group stage, I can't stress enough, an elimination game, but away we go. You're right. We've barely been here. And Yay, operator out, recovered in the last round, but his teammates and given back to the hands, and he's going exploring. He wants to be instrumental in this. He wants to be the one to pry it open. He does. Doesn't TP away just yet, but the trade comes out. It's FNS to fall, and they try and pick up the pace up towards heaven. Dangerous game though. Victor trying to keep an eye on this, a watchful eye. And slow down the pace, slow down that roll.
But it's Aspas to fall. That Showstopper now out of the question for Loud.
What else do they have left?
2 big ultimates still available, but Aspas is the one to really follow up on them.
True. Are they re-aggressing middle? They're going for a walk down here.
They could isolate Les here.
They could, but Les could also find both of them. That's one. Does he expect a second? You can see what he sees. Absolutely not. And Victor, the timing's just right. He could backfill this perfectly. He could be like a thief in the night and take this round away from Loud. We have to wait and see. Loud going to try and creep towards the side. The other's going to just get up towards heaven. And the timing. Oh, they just turn around and now there's so many targets looking his way. Victor had it all teed up. He's still going to find one. Yay! On towards Sadak. Crashies is there. And Loud are being pulled to pieces. Sassy needs brilliance. And he needs it now. 20 seconds. The spike is not in hand and neither's the round. Optic take it to 12.
I can't believe how that's just played out. Again, Aspas to be the one to fall first. And Optic follow through. And again, I love the timing on that reaggress. Yes, Les finds the kill, but it sets up Victor. And then when Ye finds the kill here with the operator, Victor knows he can slow things down. Put Loud in an absolute chokehold inside of B main. And Loud now spread a little thin. 2 Guardians. A Bulldog here. Showstopper available. Sadak still with his ultimate. Pancada one off the Cosmic Divide. But they need to find an opening here. And it can't be a 1-for-1.
No.
Most of those have gone in Optic's favor on the reaggress. Got to credit FNS for that audible in the mid-rounding. But it's feeling slow, it's feeling pressured now from Loud as they drift towards A site.
It's not an easy round.
Look who's on the other side of it.
I dropped the spike.
Right place.
Tour de force in the hands of Ye.
Could be right time. Early clear towards ramp. Nothing noted. And away we go. Ult invested, and Aspas away. Gets dragged back down to earth. Ult is still in hand, and they can't find Ye just yet. He's gone! Aless has found him! And they've already pushed out the one player who sat towards CT. Sight's theirs, and Plant comes in. It's a 5v4 post-Plant, but the weapons are still not great.
The Viper's Pit's going to go up.
Divide goes through as well. The Viper's Pit in place, just securing the site as best they can, but Optic are creeping close. They're not far away at all. Nade goes in and they're waiting, they're biding the time, they're closing in on the net. Victor the first one in, and Optic crashing the party! And now it's all down to Pancada, but they don't know where he is! He still gets away with it! And of course, it had to be the way! We're going to OT!
I mean, Optic did everything right on the way back through there. They absolutely smother that Viper's Pit, multiple angles, and they find everything they need to. And then Pancada, man, playing back behind in a lobby. Oh my God. And they had no right in that. The Showstopper completely mitigated the gravity well, just keeping Aspas in check. That's just a little too slow to react. But what a play from Pancada. The safety net, the plan B, the contingency outside that Viper's Pit.
You thought it was over and done with. Thought them surrounded, that lesser by. No, Loud, hold on. It's 12-12. And who'd have thought the clash of the Titans would really leave anyone else left standing? Meant to be. And away we go again. Straight up towards mid. Optic gonna kick things off in the attack inside. Loud having to put up the defenses to try and hold them back.
Optic looked to reinforce behind Victor's progress early on. Loud actually peel away from it. Aspas does avoid the reveal here. Might find Ye, but an exchange of damage. Nobody really comes out on top of that. Optic decide to follow through on this.
Utility committed, but players not so much so. They're actually peeling back towards the A site. We know the two players are still here. No over-rotations called for on the Loud side. Pancada tucked towards the back of the site.
Left.
Sadak towards CT. Utility starts to be invested, they know what's up.
Gotta be a good hold here.
Has to be. Let's see how strong this can be with just these two players. Third en route. Sassy just trying to fill the void, and Ye's going to crack it open. That's one. The spray transfer not quite sharp enough. 13 seconds now, and Crash is in command. Spike needs to go down, and nothing should be able to deny this. And Marv, this timing again. The dagger, like a brick in the small of the back. Already Aspas now. Oh, the Proofar's giving it away on him, and there it is, Marved. Lovely work, lovely positioning, and a 13th for Optic. Breathe it in. This could be all over. Loud could be going home, and Optic could carry on. Here we go again. I feel like double OT seems better, but what do I know? We're underway, though.
We're just passengers.
Truly. The first fight's won. Sadak gonna take Victor. That's mid now, somewhat under that Loud banner. And Optic lose a little bit of that information on those rotations towards A, any pressure that comes in. It now becomes an issue.
Well, weakened, but there's actually a double stack towards B Heaven as well, so it would have been 3 committed towards this mid-hole, just crashes over towards A site. See if Loud can get a feel for what lies beneath here. See how much respect Les is paying as well. Look at his position, deep outside A lobby. Loud want the tension to build. They can convert this advantage here.
Precious second side of dwindle though, Mike. Down to 35, it's got to be sharp and it's got to be now. Yeah, if he does damage, if he buys time, it could have been a problem, but forced to back away. Static though, stopped to the doorway,
no.
and it's a wait, what? Oh, what a fumble. And what a time. This could be a disaster, 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Oh, it's all gone absolutely awry. Ye now gets to roam free, punishes Sassy. This is not how it's meant to be. And Optic holding on to this. Aspas, last one alive, bows down to the old gods once again, denouncing the new era. And Optic stay alive.
I mean, I come back to the same phrase, cling to life. And you can see here, not very animated. That was exhausting. A huge sigh of relief on their part to get this one over the line. But I just come back to it again. A couple of these slow starters for Optic delivering here in map 3 when it matters most.
A very tense game. And you're right, celebrations a little muted compared to normal because this is a matter of survival. This was a hard game this early on, day 3.
And commiserations to Loud as well. A fantastic demonstration here in this best of 3. It's so heartbreaking we send one of these home.
No matter which way you wanted to look at this, the outcome feels cruel, it feels unfair, it feels unkind, but again, Optic held on and Loud put in this position with an earlier loss and couldn't quite hold it together at the end. But as I said, the competition these days is getting so damn good.
There's some absolute magic from Aspas. You just see most of this come through in the highlight here, except for this one, obviously. But a beautiful, beautiful performance from him. And Loud overall, like I said, a very, very consistent performance across the board. This round was absolute chaos.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's what takes us to overtime.
Yeah.
And Marved, the one to close things out, basically here. A beautiful B-side hold. Z here, the winner, exactly. Just a sigh of relief.
Job done. That's what it is. We move on to the next. It's a long road for Optic as well going forward. Not easy.
Hey, they've been here before.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Speaking that into existence, but man, that's a game to watch back. A little late in certain regions, I'm sure, but worthwhile staying up for, because this is a big relief for North American fans around the world as well.